Our next presenter is well known to all of the members in the court. You think of him as a gospel singer. Fred Marsh is going to do a little bit for us here now. And Fred was telling me that back home, one of the ministers that he worked with quite closely was in a hurry making some calls and he couldn't find a parking place. So he parked his car and he thought that I don't just dare leave it in this no parking zone, I better put a note on the windshield. So he put on a note on the windshield and says, I have circled this block 10 times and I have an important appointment to keep. Forgive us our trespasses. When he returned to the car, he found a note on the windshield again. The note said, I've circled this block for 10 years. If I don't give you a ticket, I lose my job. Lead us not into temptation. Fred Marsh.
Get around there, Fred. Sure.
Leave it in.
The nature of this little skit makes it impossible for me to use a microphone, so I'll try to speak loudly so that you won't miss the punchline. How many of you remember back in the days when Robert Hall Clothiers was in business? They had some, we'll call them little less expensive suits. I bought one in Des Moines one time and I wore it once and looked like a sack. Well, there was a fellow who was needing a new suit and financially he wasn't too well fixed, so he thought he'd go to Robert Hall's. He went into Robert Hall's Clothier. He was looking through the suit racks there, trying on suits. He tried on one, then he got to the mirror and buttoned it up, looked, turned, looked sideways, looked at back. Didn't look too good, so he tried another one. And the clerk just couldn't seem to find what he wanted. Finally, he looked over across the store and saw this rack that said 50% off. So he went over there. He found this suit there that he really liked. And he asked the clerk, said, what kind of sale do you have on that suit? Well, he said, those are marked down 50%. They're $100 suits, so you can have that suit for $50. He looked it over and tried it on. He thought, gee, that's not bad. We're going to buy it. He really likes it. So he asked the clerk if he couldn't just wear it out. Well, certainly, he said, you can wear a suit if you want to. So he put on his new suit, went out on the street, strolling down the sidewalk, ran into his friend Tom. He said, Tom, look at my new suit. You like it? Pretty keen, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is a nice looking suit. Where'd you get it? Oh, down there at Robert Hall's. Well, gee, what'd you have to pay for it? $50. Wow, that's quite a bargain, he said. That is a nice suit for $50. Yeah, I think so. I really do like it. Tom says, say, that left sleeve there just a little bit too long. Maybe you ought to go have that altered a little bit. Fit you a little nicer. So he went back to the store, went in and found the clerk. Say, I discovered this sleeve is just a little too long. I'd like to have you alter that for me. Well, clerk says, I'm sorry. He said, we just can't alter suits that have been sold on sale. The overhead's too high. We just can't do that. But tell you what, you just stretch your arm once in a while. Nobody will ever notice. Right. That's probably all right. So he went back out on the street, drove along, till up Well, yeah, don't you like it? Fits you pretty nice, too, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it does. So where'd you get it? Over there at Robert Hall's. Oh, that's where they sell suits cheap, isn't it? What'd you get it for? $50. Wow, he said, you did a bargain there. But he said that the right trouser leg's just a little bit too short. Why don't you go back and have him alter that? Well, I don't know, he said. I suppose they altered it or not. Well, I believe I tried. So he went back, found the clerk. Say, he said, I've discovered now that this right trouser leg's a little too short. I'd like to have that lengthened. Well, I said, sir, I told you we just can't alter suits that have been sold on sale. He said, I'll tell you what you do. Just kick that leg a little bit. He went back on the street. Strolling along. Moved on the parking that he just bought. Met his friend Harry. Harry, how do you like my new suit? Well, that's a pretty nice suit. How'd you buy that suit anyway? Well, I got over at Robert Hall. Well, golly, he says, it fits you pretty good too, doesn't it? Yeah, I only gave $50 for it. Well, he said that, you know, I just looked at that across the shoulders there. It doesn't lay too smooth across the shoulders. I maybe need to have a little taken out back there. Let it lay down. So he decided, well, I'll go back and try her once more. But yeah, this time he looked for a different clerk. He found one. Sir, he said, I just bought this suit in here a couple hours ago. So I've discovered that the coat doesn't fit me just right across the shoulders. I'd like to have that altered. Well, he said, we have a policy here that we can't alter suits that are sold on sale. But he said, I got an idea. Why don't you just punch your shoulders? He left the store. Nice bright sunshiny day. He feels good about his suit. So he'd take a stroll in the park. So they were walking along there in the park, listening to the birds sing. 3 old ladies sitting on park benches. He strolled by. Hi, ladies. And one lady turned to the other and said, oh, isn't that a shame? Poor man. Oh, one says, yeah, he really shouldn't be out in the park. Oh, yes, the third one said, but do you notice how nice his suit fits?
I told you that suit fit pretty well.
He's
Thanks a lot, Fred. I'm glad that's the picture that you have.